people get to see me straight on this time, and the whole of my room, right, and how like messy it is or not.
Yeah, I mean, one of these days we will get the art on the walls.
I mean, it's entirely possible. Oh, there's
Oh,
Furby's here as well.
it's Furby.
So, thank you for you guys coming today. We got 3 people hanging out with me for the next while, and we're going to talk a bit about the game. There are different stages in the game to each other. I'll let them introduce themselves in a second, and we're just going to try and talk a little bit about. To start off with, I think today we're just going to talk about the state of the game as a whole, right? Because as I've given me a baseline before we try and answer or talk about more difficult questions going forwards. So do you want to introduce yourself, starting off with Alaxia? Being a lady, you can go first, maybe.
Oh, wow, thank you. I am a lady. Thank you for recognizing that. Sometimes I identify as a velociraptor, but this week, lady. So most of you have heard me. In fact, I think you've all heard me because I doubt we're going to get any random drop-in strangers today. You know, because it's the Alaxia effect. Nobody shows up for that except for Furby. Hey,
Furby's
Furby.
here. No, Furby is here. So
no, he's here, but I mean, he'll leave. It's fine. So now I'm Alaxia. I moderate this crazy stream, and I am hanging out around 5.9 million GP.
And just where are you in GAC? Like, do you know which group you're in at the minute?
I am still very trapped in Carbonite. Thank you.
Okay, no, just to get an idea, just to get like a baseline. This is what you're at. Okay.
Carbonite 3, bitches. I keep going up to 2, and I feel like once, like for a whole day, I made it to 1, and then I got smacked back down.
That unfortunately is how it works. But we can talk about GAC maybe a bit later on as how exactly it works for people, especially lower down. Should we go alphabetical? So like go to Fernan next.
Well, I'm Fernan. I'm new here. Been playing Galaxy of Heroes for about 4 years. A little more, a little less. I am at, let me check, 7.68 million GP.
That's very specific. Yeah.
And I am stuck in Chromium 3 specifically.
Okay, that's cool. It's good spectrum of people from different levels. This makes it even better, right? Cool. Thank you for coming on tonight, Fernan. And Zach, do you want to go last, I guess?
I mean, sure, absolutely. Hi, I'm Zach, and I play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Oh, wait, wrong meeting.
Hi, Zach!
I've been playing. I actually started playing this game at launch with Doc way back in the day, and then I quit when they introduced ships. And then when I watched him start streaming, I started playing again. And I'm currently sitting at 10.25 or 10.25 million GP, and I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between Kyber 3 and Kyber 4.
Pretty cool. Firstly, hi Numania, hi Furby, because they're both saying hi to Zach, so that's cool.
Hi Fermia, hi Numania. Tonight I'm drinking some 10-year single malt.
Woohoo!
Go with the stream.
And I should probably say, so anyone who doesn't know, people either call me Lars or Doc or some variation thereof, or that guy. I'm in Kyber 2, and I've got just shy of 12 million GP. I've been playing basically since day one, except for maybe 9 months to a year. I stopped playing when I was emigrating to America. So I played for almost the whole time, but not quite, but almost the whole time. So we've got a good spectrum of people from Alaxia up to here up in Kyber, right? And so hopefully
definitely the spectrum.
Definitely a spectrum of a sort. And hopefully to give a good impression of different bits of the game. So today's question, or at least today's first question, we'll see how it goes, is it's a relatively simple one, right? At score, theoretically, right? Which is, do we enjoy the current state of the game? Which it could be like a one-word answer, right? Like it could be really simple, but do we actually enjoy it right now? And should we go alphabetically? So Alexia's first because alphabetical.
Again, okay.
I'm sorry, I can't help to just start the alphabet.
I mean, if my answer is a very complex fuck this shit. So just laying it out there. Now, like, so I like it, but at this point, I have this, like, I feel like sometimes I'm still playing because if I stop playing and then I want to come back later, I will be so entirely left behind.
Mhm.
Just like ridiculously left behind. But you know, where I'm at as far as like say with my Grand Arena, I've got, you know, I this is, what did I say? This is Carbonite 3, and I've got a GL in the front row of both sides right now,
Really?
facing like against me, not me. No, I don't have a GL yet because I still can't freaking get past Ray for some reason. But yeah, no, I've got a GL on either side. So that's like, that is my current experience, and it's like, ooh, I honestly can't wait for the GAC break to come around so I can just go get some free stuff in conquest mode.
That's cool.
Mhm.
I mean, as a side note, we need to help you as a group get you Ray at some point, because you have all the unlocks for Ray, but you haven't
Help
done
me,
it. If I get that right.
Yes. Yeah, I have all the supposed necessaries.
That's cool. We need to help you do that, or what? As a group, we should help Alaxia do
I will
that.
happily hand you all my login information. It's fine.
Well, I was gonna say though, because as a group, there's like 6 of us or 7 of us. We should be able to do it at some point, right? Like wake up.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you enjoy Conquest more than Grand Arena.
100% at this point, and it wasn't always like that. I did hit that problem though, where you know, you get these guys who were much stronger than you, who, you know, stopped playing for a while, like maybe accidentally, maybe intentionally, and then they kind of fall down into your zone, and all of a sudden you're up against somebody who's got almost double your GP, and it's just like absolutely disgusting. So yeah, I don't find that as fun. Like, my big thing is I don't have to win every time. I never expect that I'm always going to win any game. I want a fair freaking shot at winning. And so for me, that's frustrating.
I totally get that. It's the GAC matching system is something that it has gone through modifications multiple times, and it is still a mess. But
Yep.
we could talk about GAC specifically in a second. But
Sounds good.
I guess the same question to Fernan. Do you enjoy the current state of the game right now?
I mean, yeah, but there are some things that I don't really like the episode system and how new characters are brought into the game. I think it's like you're not incentivized to go for them for free. Like, you have to pay or you have to spend months. The new raid, I don't like that much. You know, the requirements and everything you need. It's not free to play friendly, and I managed to be able to play it because I actually prepared for it, and I did unlock like Monday the Jogastanu,
Yep.
and it changed everything. But most people won't have her. That's the problem. It's like it's really gated, I feel.
That is interesting because at least to what they claim, CG, is that the episode system is supposed to make it easier, right? That's what they've claimed. I'm not saying that they're correct. I'm just saying this is what they have said, right? That this is what because they've got the whole like the way they have got the special episode match assault battles, basically. Like, was it Nightfall and I forget what the next one's called. Crimes Against the Republic, the era battles, that's what they call them. They claim they're trying to make it a bit easier to unlock characters even on a low level more rapidly than you used to. But
I do think like it was easier if you paid for the special pass, because I did pay twice for the Order 66 one, like the dark side clones, not the Jedi part, and it was easier, but still like $40.
Yeah, because of the episode passes, it's $20, American $20, just to unlock the ability to do it, and you still have to actually complete all the tasks, right? You still have to do all the missions to actually unlock it, all the same. And then it was two passes in a row, I guess.
Gross.
Yeah, they're trying to monetize that a little bit because they've
Well,
seen.
and I get it. They need money, but
Well, yeah, I mean it's that balance because they're trying to see that some other games do similar things with the episode pass type things, and they're trying to tap into that a little bit. I think the real difficulty comes, and I don't do this myself, but where there are some people who do the episode track pass, so like Order 66 one, for example. Then they also do the Conquest pass, right?
Mhm.
And then if you do the Conquest one as well, that's like in a month, that's like $40-$60 a month, right? Because you're doing two to three passes a month, basically at that point, which is crazy, right? Like the amount of money put in, and then especially if you add in unlocking a character, like I don't do this myself, but I know if you just try to buy the character outright with packs, it's what is it like $150-$200 basically. It's kind of that kind of money, and unless you get lucky with the probabilities. Yeah. No, it's interesting you say it's not as free to play friendly because they claim they're trying to make it more free to play friendly, but I am not convinced that they are succeeding in that at all.
I am accepting applications for SWGoH Sugar Daddy. Just putting that out there for everybody.
Wow.
Me too.
Aren't we all, right? But okay. So the same question to Zach, right? Like, do you enjoy the game right now, Zach?
Yes, I do, very much so. I play a lot of mobile games, and honestly, SWGoH is probably one of the more rock solid ones out there currently, as far as like a content to time required ratio is how I'm kind of looking at it from.
Yep.
There's always something to do, which I appreciate. Or like game modes I'm not a fan of, like 3v3, which I know is a surprise for you, Doc. But
Something told me that you might not like that. I don't know what it was.
yeah, but on the whole, like I really like how communicative CG has become. Like, it's like I said, go back to logs, their communication was just abysmal, and now like they give you this error, they like map out everything for you, and like for the last 2.5 years, I've been playing 3.5, I guess. They've been very, very good about telling you what's coming, what they're going to do, and like how it's like, hey, this is going to be a change down the road, and then they do it, and it's actually been really nice to see.
I mean, it's interesting you say that because so like I dabble a little bit with Marvel Strike Force, not very much, but like because that's like we all have our second game, right, that we play a little bit of, at least, or sometimes people have 3 or 4, but like
Yep.
And obviously Marvel Strike Force is a very similar game, right, to this one in many ways. It's got a very similar game engine, very similar idea of collecting the characters, team-based combat, all that kind of thing, right? They have their own equivalent of Grand Arena. They have their own equivalent of territory wars. They've just introduced territory battles over the past 6 months to a year, I guess, for the first time. They don't really have raids in the same way that we have raids, like the whole character you're fighting against type thing. But it's interesting because at the minute there is a huge, I'm going to say, negativity towards that game because of the way the games company has tried to monetize certain things, along with not being able to bring in consistent new content. As in for them, their new content is new characters, basically, without any game modes or whatever attached to it that we have with Galaxy Heroes. So it's a little different in the mentality and how they've tried to make money out of it. But yeah, it's interesting you say that you like the way they mapped it out. I was going to say, I think that I'm kind of split on the episode pass, and I think Fernan and you both sort of described different bits of the things I like and dislike about it, because I dislike the fact that they are trying to monetize it very hard, quite frankly, for some. Because like if you look at the episode pass, I'll flex the game for a second just for people at home to see. Like you can see that like the rewards on the bottom are not terrible, right, at all, but the rewards on the top are way better, right?
Yeah, I bought my first episode pass this time around, and I feel like it's a really, really good value. I hate having to buy a battle pass just on the sheer principle.
Well, that's what I mean. It's a principle, right? Because like even just a steady one. Because I'll be honest, I've not been as hardcore playing the past few weeks because of bits and pieces outside of gaming, right? But like in C31 there, if you just do the free to play, you get 4,000 tokens, but if you get the paid one, you get 8,000 on top of the 4,000 you get as well. So it's like, yeah, you definitely get
buying all of the character shards. Like I'm like 20 shards from Padawan, Obi-Wan, and Master Qui-Gon because he's been getting 20 a week in this era, and it's I've never actually spent an energy farming either of them, and I'm almost done with them with having the premium battle pass to buy that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Oh,
Whereas
nice.
previously I was just, I'm buying Omicrons, and that's the only thing I care about in that store.
Well, you know,
Yep.
I mean, Omicrons are incredibly important, right, to a certain point. It feels like once you get enough of them, then they suddenly become far less important. Like once you get like the main
Yeah.
10 or 20 characters done, then that's it, right?
That's fair.
But no, it's
Not at
interesting.
that point yet.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is that there are some people who out there who are completely at that point, and there are other of us who are still a little bit away from it. Be it with territory battles versus territory wars versus Grand Arena Omicrons as well, right? Like which ones you stack as to which ones are more important to one another. So I guess following up on that question, we can go in reverse order this time, so we can do Zach first, and then we go backwards this time rather than forwards, just so Alaxia doesn't get asked straight away again, and she can think about it.
You just love talking to me.
It's true, I do like talking to you.
Yeah.
Given like how you enjoyed the game, respectively or not, do you think that the game then is actually moving in a very positive direction? Like, is the game going to be here like in 3 years from now, like or 2-3 years from now? Like, is it going in the right way, or is it like, do you see the game suffering?
I see the game continuing, like steaming on along. I mean, it's made it over 10 years, and in the mobile space, that's absolutely crazy. So, like, the game seems like fairly healthy. Catching up is not a like overwhelmingly daunting task, like with all the Lightspeed bundles and like doubling character shards, doubling gear. Now with today's update, like it's very like accessible for newer players, so that will help with like the longevity of the game, I think. And at the end of the day, I mean, it's Star Wars. Like you're gonna have diehards playing until they shut down.
Absolutely.
That's probably fair, actually. Yes. What about you, Fernan? Do you think the game is going in a positive direction with the changes they made?
Yeah, I think like Lightspeed bundles and all those changes to promote new players have been great. And yesterday's update, with all the new things that are coming now, even more. Like if you ask me a week, maybe I would have doubted the state of the game with the new raid, especially. It had been weird for like a month, where we didn't know what we were doing. The pirate era felt weird, but now it looks like the future is looking better for the game. Like they really care about the game now.
I will say you shouldn't say that too loudly, because Zach loves the pirate era. So, you know.
I mean, I listen to pirate metal. Like, I'm obviously just the sheer demographic for, oh, you have a pirate era. Well, I'm sold.
I guess the same question to Alaxia. Is the game moving in a good way then?
I mean, they're going to keep milking this cash cow as long as possible, and it is like was said, it's Star Wars. There's always going to be a diehard fan base who are going to engage. I mean, you basically get to collect your favorite characters, make teams of them, and put them in a bunch of stuff. And as I think it was Zach said, like there are just all the different game modes. Like there is always something to do if you want to spend the time tapping at something and engaging. Like, I mean, even if you don't want to just sim everything, like you can literally sit there and actually play through the battles if you want to. So there's always something. I feel like the way that they keep, I don't always like the content they add, and I definitely have my gripes, but I feel like the way that they are continuing to try to develop is definitely a good sign. It might not always be the best choice. And I do have questions every once in a while, like with some of the characters they decide to introduce and focus on. Like this new little guy who kind of reminds me of a foreskin, but it's fine. Can I say foreskin on the Wednesday night screen?
You're fine. I'm assuming you mean.
I mean, you said it 3 times. You're allowed at this point.
Am I going to moderate myself out of this? I don't think so.
You're talking about, is it Krigold or pronounce his name? But yeah, I guess you're talking
whatever.
He doesn't love a glove shitto anyway. I mean, that's great. That's part of what makes Star Wars great.
I mean, it is just like there is some weird ass shit that they're putting in here, and it's fine. I mean, but the fact that they do keep like continuing to add in a way that, like, I mean, yeah, some of it's repetitive, and when I start engaging mentally with how repetitive something is, it can burn me out pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that they do keep trying to add, the episode tracks and new characters in, and kind of opening up more and more to the world, I think that's always a good thing.
I think that it's interesting you mentioned both Conquest, because I think when they first released Conquest New Mania, or Zach might remember better than I do, but I think when they introduced Conquest, I think the idea was basically to make a game mode that could be altered and continue for a long time, because you can just tweak the modifiers. You can tweak it to be these feats or these feats, or this team or that team is the team that's the focus for this set of conquests, which gave them a good way to give, I guess, content that would be constantly changing and evolving, rather than something that sets in stone like the old raids used to do. Because like the old, once we had the like the Sith Trio raid, right? Once we worked it out after a few months, that was it, right? All you had to do was level those characters, and then that was it. And they'd spent like a year building this raid, and we'd worked it out in like 3 weeks. So with Conquest, they've got the ability to keep modifying and keep changing it, and the same even with territory battles as well. Because if you look at the map, even in the past year, they've added Mandalore, right, up at the top left, remember rightly. I presume they're going to keep adding planets to territory battles indefinitely. So different battles with new characters. So the new characters keep getting folded in and keep getting included all the time. So they're trying to keep innovating, I think, some aspects of the game. At least that's what it seems like. So just a couple of things, just because things you mentioned, we can touch on them now. So firstly, more than one of you mentioned the new raid. So the Order 66 raid. Do we like the idea of these new raids, or would you prefer them just to not do raids at all? I know we can. Alaxia can go first this time, she wants.
I mean, raids are an interesting mode. Now, my guild is not super strong.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the Order 66 raid once and noped out, and we were back to doing Naboo.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's been my experience. But I do actually have a decent Naboo team, so I'm happy with that right now.
Mm-hmm.
That works for me where I'm at in the stage of the game, but it's at least helpful to get some little currencies going.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Fernan? You like the new raid, or not really? It seemed like you didn't like the new raid.
I like the gameplay part,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't like the requirements. Like, it's so gated. You need pirates. Why pirates specifically? Or you need like 75% of the characters are like new, or need like 300 kairos, which
Yeah, because
that's a big
they've restricted it down to just like
Kairos.
Yeah. Because they've restricted it down to basically 3 or 4 teams, right? Like the Bad Batch, the Vanguard, the clones.
I've been farming Darkside clone troopers since they were in the pass, and I still don't have them 7-star. I'm close, but I did spend money, so even when I spend money, I still don't have them ready. Now with the new relicking before 7 stars, I can have them more powerful, but still, we didn't know this a month back.
Yeah. I will say I took my Darkside clones that are all 6-star to Gear 12 today, and tried the raid on the next level up, because normally I've been doing the level 0, I guess it is, with them. So I tried doing level 1, and they died completely. It didn't seem like they scaled particularly well at all so far. But it's that combination between stats you get from the stars and stats you get from the gear, I think. Like, it's the two things together. And yeah, they're not super strong, my clones right now. It feels like even at Gear 12s, but we'll see. I might take them to relic level quite soon. But yeah, Zach, do you like the new raid?
I like the new raid. I don't love it. I hated the Naboo raid. Like, that was just absolute torture for like the last 3 months of doing that. Literally got to the end where I was like, all right, I literally told my guild, like, guys, I am just going to auto it, and what I get on the first attempt is what you get. And kind of turned into like Half-Heart Guild was like, yeah, I agree with him. But I enjoy it. Like I said, the gated characters doesn't like really do it for me, especially since they're all newer characters. Like
Mhm.
you don't have any like hard-hitting old characters you could bring out for this, like you did in the last one.
Yeah, I mean,
So that was a little annoying. But on the whole, like I enjoy the gameplay of it. I like the mechanics; they're fun. I like it's short, so we don't have to do like 5-hour long battles. It feels like they're tedious.
Mhm.
yeah. I mean,
But
that is one thing
and,
actually I will say that both with the territory battle since they did Rise of the Empire, and also with the new raids, they have seemingly tried to shorten the actual time on the screen down a little bit.
mhm.
Because the territory battles at Geonosis especially were incredibly long sometimes. Like,
Yeah, we just redid the GOTB for an attempt to get the like max stars for some of the people in my guild, and literally like the last few days was like, all right, I got really good characters since the last time I did this. Why these battles take so long?
yeah, it's wave
Like,
upon wave and multiple characters upon multiple
Mhm.
characters. Whereas now they're all two waves, and yeah, they're difficult, but there's two waves, and you
Yeah.
either die quick or you win, right?
Yeah, they're over fast. You're in and you're out.
And it's the same with the raid, because like I said to Citra before, like you could easily start on Darth Nihilus and do all the phases if you knew what you were doing,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that takes you like half an hour, right, to do all of that in one go. Whereas now, if when I was doing the raid earlier on today, I did the new Bad Batch and I did the clones, and they took like 5 minutes each at best, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah, it just feel like a conscious effort from CG to reduce down some of the time that you spend on the screen, which is interesting.
No, absolutely. But quest also exists that disrupts that point.
Question from Furby.
Well, there are two things from February. First, he says the parody is growing on him. So, you know.
Yes, I'm still in Gore Kirby.
And yeah, which guild are you in? Very random question, but it's cool. Awesome.
But like I do like now that I did also take the Dark Side clones up to Gear 12, and I was planning on like putting them as my top priority just because I just got Lord Vader like a month ago and
mhm.
still haven't quite finished Zeta and like leveling his team. It's like, well, they can now kind of be back burner because I'm going to have these clones up and running really quickly because I'll have the Cantina one. He'll be 7-star tonight. And then the rest of them are all going to be like 4 stars or even like 2 or 6. And so they're going fast. So it's like, I'm ready to level them up. Plus they'll be for the raid. So it's a like kind of an efficient farm at this point.
Okay. And then, okay, I'll ask one more question just because like I don't want to keep you guys talking the whole time, as much as it's lovely to hear from all of you.
I don't mind.
Well, this is a semi-serious question, but also it's a little bit semi-serious at the same time, which is,
Black with stars. You're welcome.
wow, which of the, I guess, which team recently, or which team ever just in general in the game, or maybe that's two questions. I guess which team either recently or in general is what you call the most disappointing for you? I can start with Fernan this time because Fernan's gone second every single time so far, so we can ask him first this time.
No more sloppy seconds for him.
Wow.
I really don't know.
Okay, what do you think? Okay. Does Zach or Alaxia, do you have a strong?
No, I do have a like new Bad Batch. I actually didn't really like that much. I feel like people really forgot about them too. Like no one talks about, oh yeah, let's use Bad Batch now.
Yeah,
Like
say
Dark Side Clone Troopers are cooler.
yeah.
Pirates, I mean, as much as I don't like the era, the characters are like way cooler and way more interesting. Bad Batch felt like, okay, so we had the last season. We need to put them out. Here they are. Let's go.
I mean, I would say that both New Mania and I agree with you because I was going to say if I was going to say it's the most disappointing team over the past year or two, definitely the new Bad Batch. Not because they're a bad team, to be clear. If you actually play them and stuff, they seem to be pretty good, but just they seem to have been thrown out as an afterthought almost. Like you said, like it was like, oh okay, we need to do this now, otherwise we'll never be able to release them or something like that. And just toss them out into the abyss. But they don't seem to do an awful lot. I mean, I don't know if you guys have tried him with the raid much, but they don't seem to me to be particularly good at the new raid, unfortunately, even though they're supposed to be one of the two main teams, right? Or three main teams. Yeah, New Menu agrees as well. He doesn't like the new Bad Batch either. How about you, Zach? Which team, except for the past year or two, have you found the most disappointing?
I mean, it's like, obviously as a Bad Batch stan, it's the new Bad Batch. Like, I mean, I will say though, like I fought like a Relic 7 Bad Batch squad on defense in my last Grand Arena, and they literally, I just couldn't, like, because I didn't read the kits. I had a hell of a time killing them. Like, they ended up wiping out my gas team. And my gas team is good. And so I was like, and it's like, 100%. Like, I did the doc. Like, oh yeah, 100%. I got this. I'm going to clear this easily. And why is nobody dying? Wait, did Wrecker just cleanse a freaking armor shred? How does that happen?
Yeah, they've got a very weird kit, but it's like they are a genuinely a good team, but they just seem a bit, I don't know. It seems
well that I'm also a little salty about, like, we finally get Crosshair. We can't have one for the OG team that really needs him as a lifter. Like, I love the OG Bad Batch team, as we all know, but they kind of need like a big single target damage thing instead of the death by 1,000 cut.
Well, I was actually one thing, not to distract too much from either Alaxia or you, any other ones, but one thing Marvel Cycles does do well is actually that you just said there, which is one thing they do brilliantly is when they're going to release a new team, 9 times out of 10, they'll take 2 existing characters or 3 existing characters and then bring in 2 or 3 marquee characters to make up the 5-person team equivalent, right? So it means that they redo the stats of the old characters to bring into this new team, so they buff the stats up and then make them fit with whatever new character they can bring in terms of kits and whatever. Which means that they never quite...
I'm not going to give you my... quite get it, So, but to actually answer the real question of my actual disappointment, this is going to surprise the hell out of you. It's the Balon Skull team.
Really?
Oh,
because there's no dedicated 4th and 5th member. We're just playing like kind of plug and play stuff. Like I was really want to see, like, it's been almost a year now. Really want to have that team filled out with like dedicated teams, especially if Hondo's going to go to New Hondo for the GL, presumably. And then it's like, who's your 5th man that you just swap around? Like, I've used like 5 or 6 different mercenary characters, and I'm still using Dengar has been my favorite.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, that's probably my biggest disappointment for a team in the last couple of years.
I mean,
even though it is still my favorite team.
I will say that like Dr. Afra is the same to me, actually, for an older team, in that she has the 3 people, her and the 2 droids, which are perfect. But then the other 2 slots are supposed to be Darth Vader and Kersantan, right? But who's going to take Darth Vader out of Lord Vader's team, unless you've got the clones now, of course? And who's going to take Kersantan out of the Hutt Cartel, right? Like, no one's going to do that. No one's going to remove the tank from the Hutt Cartel team to put it in Dr. Afra's team, right? So that means she just has to, like...
damn guard!
Yeah, I mean, you could do more in guard, right? But, like, that means then I'm going to have to stick, like, B2 into Dr. Afra's team, because B2 works pretty well, right? But then I ruin Grievous's team, right? If I did, like, it starts getting this real, like, domino effect. If I take one character from there to make that team work, then that team then loses another character. Verby says that that's how Leia feels, which I kind of agree as well to a lesser extent. Leia is good at pulling characters up in the Rebel team, right? But at the same time, it's true that after R2-D2 and Drogon, the last 2 slots are a little too flexible. You know, there's not like a preferred set of characters, because for a while people used Rex, people have used Mon Mothma, people have used Radis or Old Band. I got a whole bunch of different characters, and it never seems to be quite like a set in stone thing for her team. But yeah, the problem with Leia though is Leia's actually very good on her own, so like I can't say that her team's disappointed too much. But okay, then Alaxia, which team is the most disappointing one for you?
All of them. No, okay. So basically, my experience at this point, because of where I am, and because like I'm not like I sank money into, you know, like I've gotten a few Lightspeed bundles. You know, I did the hyperdrive thing when I signed on and stuff like that. But I haven't been playing like hardcore, and it feels like every single time I chase after a team, and I'll go through and I'll go on the .gg and I will check out like optimal modding and different things like that, and then I'll go to use them and I still get my ass kicked. And some of it is I don't think I mean I enjoy it, I just don't think I'm as good of a player in some ways as other people. And it's not maybe special interest enough for me in some ways. I'm maybe a little too casual on it, but it'll be funny because like I'll put like all this time in. It's like, yeah, I finally got this. Oh, okay. I mean, the teams that when I'm finally facing down, like somebody who's actually more at my level at this point, I'm relying heavily on CLS. I'm using Phoenix still, and I'm using Daddy Rex in the mix. That nice silver fox there. I love him. I still I use Treya Trio, and then pop in like Vader, and half the time like Talon is my fifth. Just and I'm enjoying that kind of thing.
Talon's
and,
a great fifth, so that's fine. She's great for that team, especially if you've got is it a Zeta or Omicron? I forget which one it is that gives you the bonuses to the Sith trio. The Omicron and the Fight both too.
Yeah, it's an Omicron.
Yeah. So so I'm doing that. I mean, but so otherwise, and I'm hearing this about New Bad Batch, which is the team I'm currently farming, y'all. Like it's Bad Batch, and I love Bad Batch, and now it's just like, well, fuck.
I mean, I do like the Bad Batch. I try to use them both streams if I can too, but it's hard because firstly, as Zach said, the old Bad Batch team just have been. I guess they've just been like out leveled at this point, right? They just don't have the same utility they used to from power creep, right? And then the new Bad Batch just don't quite seem to do a thing quite right. Like they don't feel. Well, the thing I guess for a lot of these teams, and it's the thing you touched on there, Alaxia, unintentionally, which is a lot of the teams have a specific role in the game, right? Like you have to use this team to be this team or this team to be that team. That's how they fit, right? The new Bad Batch don't really have a place in the same way. They don't count as someone specific. They don't fill a role in your grand arena. Like they're good, you can put them in, right, and they'll fill the slot and all that kind of thing. But they don't they're not accounted to Bale and Skull or whatever it is. They just exist.
They just exist. Yeah.
I'm gonna say I asked my question myself because there's actually one team that I think is actually disappointing, which is probably going to surprise other people. Which is I think the Gungans are disappointing personally, but there you go.
I mean, Gungans are a disappointment. Period. So
well, because when they came out, there was lauded as this amazing defensive team that would be great in Grand Arena, and to be fair, they were initially good in defense because they had a Datacron, I think, as well associated with them and all this kind of thing, and people didn't quite know how to fight them because they had the whole shield generator, which was a whole new mechanic and all that kind of malarkey, right? But they honestly don't seem to do a lot, to be honest. For me at least. I don't know, I just when I got Jar Jar Binks, I was like, oh yeah, I got Jar Jar Binks. Okay, next character now, I guess. Like it wasn't very like when I play as Dr. Aphra, as much as I say that team is disappointing because it doesn't have 4th and 5th member in the team. She's still a really fun character to use, right? Like it's super explosive and stuff happens, right? Or Starkiller or Bo-Katan, right? Like characters that are either side of Jar Jar Binks in terms of when they came out. But he just is maybe it's because it's a defensive team, perhaps. And defensive teams just aren't that exciting inherently, right? Like I just got Ahsoka, right? And I put her on defense for Grand Arena this week, and she exists. Right in my roster now, but I don't know if I'm going to use her because she's a defensive character predominantly. So yeah, Gungans for me were a little bit disappointing. Well, each to their own, and also Gungans are slightly annoying as they are, right?
They yeah.
Yeah, I know it isn't surprise Furby. Just I can see Furby's best in there. Cool. I should say but does anybody else have any other interesting things they want to add?
Long walks on the beach. No, sorry. No.
But any other thoughts about the game, just as a whole?
I did buy the Grand Inquisitor Lightspeed bundle today, and I did unlock him. So.
Oh, actually, just goes. How much is how much is that bundle? I don't know because I've not seen it.
$50 USD.
$50.
50.
It was not cheap.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow. but it's like 1,200 Kairos or more than that even.
It's like 1,000 Kairos.
It's more than 1,000.
Is it? I can't remember.
2,000.
Yeah,
Wow.
they were all like, it's like 1,200 to 1,700, I think, for all
That's
5 of
Yeah,
them.
nah. It's like a year of farming more.
Oh my god.
I was never gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That makes sense.
I think for Grand Inquisitor, I think it depends completely if you have Reaver to me, because here's another character actually on his own who's disappointing one, because when I got him, it was like, yeah, I unlocked his event. His event is very annoying, frankly. But then when I tried to use his team initially, it was like, oh, okay. Like, is that all he does? Then they brought Reaver out, and she makes the team 1,000% better. If not more than that. Like, she's amazing. And he kind of sucks in his own team. But it's true, though. It's like, here's the Inquisitor team, but the Grand Inquisitor isn't the important character. Right?
I mean,
It's kind of a weird, you know.
Oh, he is in TW with all his freaking Omicrons.
I'll be honest, I mean, we're in, my guild is, I should check this, how much GP we have? Where's this guild? We have 590 million GP. I can count on the number on one hand the number of times I've seen all those Omicrons on the Grand Inquisitor in the past like 6 months. You know, like I don't see it very often at all. At our level,
My guild sees it a lot more. I mean, we're slightly lower than you, but it's something I frequently see. A lot of my guild mates, they have all 3. They get on me like, you don't even have 1. I'm like, sorry, ain't got none of them TW Omicrons, guys.
I guess the thing is, it depends.
Because like honestly, like it's
you go for a sec.
kind of leads to something I was gonna like discuss is like the the bottlenecks of this game. Like as a spending player who buys a lot of Lightspeed bundles, it's like, oh, it's like Kairos. Like Kairos aren't honestly that bad where I'm at. It's Zetas and Omicrons like what make these teams much more powerful. Like because you can't like reliably farm them in like I mean Zetas technically drop on those 5 fleet nodes, but I've seen maybe 1 in 3 years. So it's like
you can get
I'm constantly Zeta thirsty.
You can get Zetas like every few days in the challenge, and you can get Zetas from the ship store, but it's like you can get like 1 every day basically or something like that. So it's like you can get them, but it takes you like 2 weeks to get 1 Zeta each time as a whole.
Yeah,
like one
it's
whole
like
Zeta.
it's a week and a half per Zeta for me is
something like that.
like it's at in this game, and it's like, all right, sweet. I can start putting this on, and it's like, oh, hey, I just bought a Lightspeed bundle. Right, here's another 6 Zetas. You need to make this team actually do something reliably and like have the ability to do what it's supposed to do. And then, like, oh, I got all these other old characters that I've been leveling up. Oh, they need a Zeta too.
I guess
here's the new batch of raid characters. They need Zetas.
And one thing I would say that's interesting to me is that so normally in a game when you have a bottleneck, like Karatex is a good example, right? They bring in Karatex a few years ago. And then that's the thing that replaced stun guns at the time, because stun guns used to be the pain in the butt. And then they gave you ways to buy Karatex, right? You could buy them with like $5 gets you like 10 or 20 or 30. I forget the numbers now, right? But for some reason, though, when it comes to Zetas, they don't give you a way to buy them really, which is interesting because normally a company would monetize a thing like that, right? But
yeah, well, they do put out like Zeta bundles, but they're like $60 to $90.
But no one's gonna buy that, right? Like they make it so expensive that no one ever bother. And it's the same to a lesser extent with
I've fully
Omicrons,
committed
right?
to buying those. Like I've fully committed to buying those 2,500 Zeta packs at the end of the GAC season. It's like, all right, I got my GAC crystals. Sweet, here we go. Here's another chance to roll the 6 to 20 Zetas.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's even to a lesser extent how the mod system works in the game, because the mod system, again, with a new character, you have to mod them as soon as you get them, right? Otherwise, you lose like 10% at least viability of the new character, right? And they don't sell ways to reliably get a mod, right? Because you have to slice them, you have to level them yourself, you have to get lucky from that 1 in 4 hit. It's going to be the speed modifier and that kind of thing. I'm surprised they haven't monetized mods, frankly. And before someone says, before someone says, oh, don't get an idea. You know, this has been around for years, right? They've had this ability to do this for like at least 5 years. Is how the mods 2.0, which is what it is. It's been around, and they've just not touched it for some reason. I find it so weird from a games company perspective why you wouldn't monetize that. I don't want them to, but it's still surprising.
I mean, I'm more surprised they haven't actually ever like done anything with the UI for mods because it's still trash.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is actually one of the more painful bits of the game. Like, well, not just the UI, but the fact you can only have, is it 500 unequipped mods at a time?
Yeah.
Because I am constantly breaking that every time I have to do the Cal Kestis mission in territory battles. And I have to go through and sell some mods. Or put them on a character that's like, you know, super low level, I'm never going to level type thing. Just to get rid of some mods from somewhere. Yeah, the UI for mods is kind of sucky. But yeah, well, I thank you guys, each of you, for hanging out with me for a little bit tonight.
Yeah, that was super fun.
I really appreciate it. Hopefully you'll be keen to come back again in the near future. We can talk about something more specific. Like maybe next time we can talk specifically about GAC.
Cool.
Like the ins and outs of like things like how the ranking system works and the mod system, the matchmaking system and all that kind of thing. And working
how
out
3v3 sucks.
Well, not just everything, but maybe
Yeah.
something for Zach to think of. Maybe ways you could make GAC better, like, or different ways of changing GAC would be something to think of, because that would be something that perhaps they should consider doing, like they used to do for Territory Wars. They used to have roaming modifiers in Territory Wars, but something to contemplate for next time, perhaps. Anyway,
Sounds good.
thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Thank you, Fernan. Thank you, Zach. Thank you,
for
Alaxia.
having us.
And for anyone who's on YouTube, I'll catch you guys all next time. Right, there you go. I can just cut that bit.